World Bank figures show that about one-third of Zimbabwe's 16 million people live in urban areas and that its urban population is growing around 2% annually. As a result, Zimbabwe's urban centers are struggling to find space to bury its dead, triggering heated debate on the subject of cremation as an alternative to traditional burial. CGTN's Wilkister Nyabwa tells us how local authorities are navigating sensitive cultural beliefs in a bid to encourage citizens to consider alternatives.
The dreaded residents of the dead, these graves are chewing into Zimbabwe's urban space. A growing debate on the adoption of cremation, which is the disposal of the human body by burning it to ashes, has been met with mixed sentiments. For Luckmore, while the dead hold a delicate space in humanity's memories, the state in which we choose to inter them is of no essence, especially in these economically biting times.
Being buried the conventional way is expensive as it entails subscribing to a funeral policy and buying a grave. Let's assume I die in a foreign land. The process of repatriating my body to my final resting place is really costly, and usually in that circumstance resources will not be permitting. In that case, it's better to be cremated. There is nothing odd about it.
For the owner of this small business that makes and sells over 90 coffins per month, advocating for cremation is a gesture that he scorns for a number of reasons.
Based on our African tradition, when a human dies, he must be respected through a proper burial with his remains intact, not to be cremated. Focusing also on my business, it will suffer once we adopt cremation. There will be no one to buy my coffins, so it's damaging in two ways. Firstly, on our cultural norms and traditions, and on businesses pursuing this line of trade.
With Zimbabwe's capital, Harare, having thousands of people in need of housing, some deem it prudent to offer first preference to the living and bring a halt to the disappearing space consumed by graves through adoption of cremation. While authorities work on measures to address this crisis, for now it's a tug of war between the dead and the living. Wilkister, Nyabwa, CGTN.